So many of you have very generously and kindly asked me out to go grab a drink, but I don't think you've heard the news. I'm an alcoholic. I will be 10 years sober on October 28th, 2016, and I'm very happy to have made it almost 10 years. And I wanted to share with you guys that little story of mine, kind of break it down really quick. What brought me to I'm like holding it up, I'm like a liter. I drank like a liter of vodka in a day and a half. I did 6 shots of vodka to my face every morning at 6:15 a.m. Back to back to back, hop in the shower, get ready for work, and then off on the train to head to Newbury Street. And then by the time I got to Newbury Street, I was stopping to get sandwiches to help absorb and soak up the alcohol. Not because I was necessarily trying to hide it, but more because I wanted like the carbs to like be awake, because I was ready. I was like passing out, like I was ready to pass out. And then I would go home and I would finish off that bottle. And yeah, a liter in a day and a half. That's an awful lot of alcohol. Thankfully, I got my liver checked and I do not have any problems. Thank the Lord. But yeah, I'm an alcoholic. I got sober on Mass Ave. Who gets sober on Mass Ave? People usually go to Mass Ave to not get sober. I went to sober to Mass Ave. I didn't know that there were other places to go to. It was like a quick little Google search of like, this place has a bed, off you go. And then there I went, and I the only young alcoholic there. Other people were on harder things. I thankfully was not that wasn't my thing. I smoked a little bit of the green stuff in high school, but I was the youngest alcoholic in that detox. And I remember looking around like so innocent of like, why are these girls doing these bad things in the bathroom? Why are they trying to smoke cigarettes? Like, why are they getting mad at me for having more medication than them? Like, they literally were like getting mad that I got prescribed what was it, Librium? I can't even remember. Like, they wanted it. And apparently when you detox from alcohol, you can have seizures, and that's why I had more than them. They did tell me what my alcohol level was when I got there, but I don't remember it at all. When I got home from detox, or like when I was taking the elevator down, the guy in the elevator, he said to me, "You're not like the rest of us. You're going to be just fine." And I'm like, thank God. Thank God. Because this is the first experience that I had, because I drank alone. I didn't know any other alcoholics. I wasn't out partying. I literally was at home drinking alone because I trapped in this relationship that I felt financially stuck in. Like, where was I going to go? How was I going to live? I've worked so hard on my career to be where I am. I don't want to give it up, to move further out, to afford a place. Like, what am I going to do? So I started drinking to escape and to like numb myself, really. And it worked for, a little bit, until you start chasing that numbness that never comes. And the only thing that comes are crying and pain, and it's horrible. And you want to stop, but you can't stop. Like, I could take a lie detector test and say, I want to stop. And then I would just drink right there. And then I couldn't. That's why I went to detox, because I was smart enough to know I need to separate myself. And then when I got home, I didn't know what to do from there. Nobody in the detox was like, hey, here's AA, nobody led you anywhere. It was all a figure it out as you go for me. I mean, I came from 2 sides of an alcoholic family. Thankfully, though, wasn't really exposed to it because I was too little to know what I was seeing to like absorb it. And then by the time that my mom was a single mom, like her family, they didn't drink. Like, they didn't. There was no alcohol at family parties. Like, her dad, who was the alcoholic, was long dead. Like, I didn't grow up around it. It was inside. It was creeping inside, waiting to come get me. And it came and got me. And you want to know how sick I was in the end? Is every night before I went to bed, I would clean my toilet because I knew that I was going to throw up that night, and I didn't want to throw up in a dirty toilet. So I clean my toilet every night. And that's what being an alcoholic is cleaning your toilet to throw up in, because that's what makes sense, right? Wackadoodle, right? And I came home and I took it minute by minute. I would pace back and forth. I cleaned. Oh my God, did I clean? So much cleaning. I just did anything till the cravings passed. And I didn't know at the time that I was doing exactly what you're taught when you come out, is just to just take it minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. Thankfully, I had enough sense to do that on my own. And then finally, at 7 months sober, an ex of mine, her ex now, but then was like, you should go to AA. He introduced me. He had gone to AA. And I went through the steps, and it was able to help me release all the pain and guilt and everything that I was feeling. But this is not a plug for the program, because I don't believe that it is for everybody. I think for some people, it is very much everything they need. And it feels, to me, honestly, a little culty. I'm not going to lie. But they need it. They love it. That's what helps them. Good for them. I found therapy to be a lot more effective and be where I needed to be. And the people in AA, honestly, at least the groups that I were in, they kind of looked down on it. They were like, don't talk about that when you go up there. Only talk about what AA does for you, because that's all we're here to promote. And I'm like, okay, so don't promote that there are other options to stay sober, but okay, fine, whatever. And yeah, I used to drink a liter of vodka, 6 shots every single morning. Insane, right? Looking back, I was like, how did nobody notice that I was literally passing out? And then I get sad when I think about it, because I'm like, did nobody care about me enough to pay attention? Because I was so isolated. Like, I had isolated myself so much. I had been at this job for 7 years, right? And I hated myself. I think everybody in there didn't like me as well. I just skated under the radar. And so when I went into went into detox, I remember everybody was like super surprised. But now here we are, all these wonderful years later, sober. And when I go out with my friends, which I do, I go to bars with them, I'll go to clubs with them, and I'm around it and I see people, and it just gives me the ick. Honestly, like the people I surround myself with, they do like drink a little bit, like 3 drinks max. Actually, my best friend is a 2-drink max girl. She gets a little buzz going and then she's good to go. But when I see people who are tanked, I'm like, oh, like I don't miss it at all. Like none of it. It actually reminds me all the time of how happy I am to be sober, because I'll go with my friends and then I get up the next morning and I go to the gym. And they're like tired, they're sluggish, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go do my day. Like, I love that. I went out the night before, I had fun, and I got up the next morning and I continued my life and went to the gym. And for me, that's balance, that's great. But yeah, I think when a guy at this point now, 10 years later, still being like, let's grab a drink, I'm like, do you have any other ideas? Is that what you always do? Like, to me, it just feels, ugh. Like, that's how I feel when a guy asks me to grab drinks. Like, is that the best you can come up with? Do you need a drink to feel relaxed and get a conversation flowing? Do you think that's what I need? I mean, I feel like there's so many other ways to be fully present. And I do believe that alcohol distracts you from getting to know somebody, and sex distracts you because the attraction can be so strong, but that's a story for another time. We're talking about alcohol. But yeah, so if you are struggling or you know somebody who's struggling, it sucks. I wish I had more. I'm not an advice giver. I'm just here to share how great it is to be on the other side. I'm going to Italy and Switzerland. My career is great. I feel like everything in my life has come together. My friends, my family, and all of that was through sobriety. So very, very grateful for 10 years. That's all.